Hi, Michael.
Hello,
Michael,
Alex.
we have
Hello.
Michael Rothling here today. And so
Yes.
first, why do you say yes to having this conversation with me, Michael?
I did say yes because I'm quite, intrigued to give an interview, first of all, to a fashion guy like you, first of all, yeah. And then to explain a little bit how art connect also to the world of toys, So I want, and plus also how Hong Kong is connecting all together. So our city that is in our heart, connecting between art and my business that is toys. So that's why I want to explain to you. And I flow from Italy, Germany to Hong Kong to meet you.
Great. So it sounds like you want to tell a story about your industry, toy,
Yes.
and also as an artist and your special love for Hong Kong.
Absolutely.
Okay.
Yes.
So at the end of this conversation, what do you want to get out?
At the end, I want to get in the middle, I want to get emotionally, okay? That sells always emotions. And then I want to also understand myself what is the connection, and how I was elevating my taste in also creating toys with my art. So I want also to understand myself with this interview.
Great. We will do that.
Yeah.
So we will showcase you as an artist.
Absolutely.
And explore what's out there, the opportunity for us in Hong Kong.
Yeah.
And what we can do here, and then explore and discover a bit about ourselves.
Absolutely. I'm thrilled to make it happen, this.
So, great. So, Michael, for someone who doesn't know you, if you meet someone new, how would you introduce yourself?
Oh, I will introduce myself, of course, as an entrepreneur, but as an entrepreneur 2.0, because, of course, I connect since 1 year now my art. So I create I'm in toys, but plus I am now creating art because the tufting and the splashing art that I do right now, it's, as I was saying before, elevating my taste in creating new things like my toys. That is my business. So art is a perfect hobby for me because it's a hobby, because with all my vernissage that I did until now here, I was doing also some nice charity, especially in Thailand, where I right now live. So, so I would describe myself to people that don't know me, a entrepreneur 2.0.
Who runs a company, a toy company.
Exactly.
And also do art.
And also do art, yes. So I run a toy company because my father was the president of the company, and my father is passed away when I was 23 years old. I was already in the toy company of my father already since 6 years because I was doing business college here in Hong Kong, and I was also doing the GSIS before that. So I was always a Hong Kong kid, but sadly, my father passes away in 2016, and I was until now 10 years driving the company. And and that's basically what I was heritage, was the dolls and the plush, and with the art, connected together with the art since 1 year, I was printing my personality in the toys, not only in the way that I dress, that people, if they see us now on YouTube, sees that I'm completely dressed in pink and with a pink fua, but I want to give a new, fresh air to the toy segment, and especially dolls and plush are very much related to fashion as well, and to experiment also new color combinations, new way of looking the toy. So art was giving me really another input, a 2.0 input, we can say, to look the toys in a different way that I was before looking them before art. So I'm very happy to tell this to the people that just know me now.
I can get a sense of very clear expressiveness coming from you that you're using your toy, the company, your art, and also the way you dress.
Yes.
And that's also a sense of impacting other people, how they think, how they see, right? And you mentioned about your father.
Yes.
Right? And can you tell me a bit about him and how he impacted you?
Yes. So my father was a German. So I'm Michael Rothling. So of course the surname is German. So my father was German, and he was director of Zaf Creation, was a very big doll company. He was very young already to be a director, and as a German, he was bringing this doll company that he was working for here in Hong Kong. So he was in 93 opening up here in Hong Kong, the first headquarters. And he was very international. He was a very calm person. So the fashion instinct and the craziness I'm getting from my Italian mother from Milano. And but my father was a very calm person, but he was injecting me in myself inside the love in toys and the love on business, and the fairness. He was very fair to everyone, and and he was very self-secure, because as a German he was changing his life for love, because he was meeting my mother and in a toy fair. And he was then from Germany going up until down to Italy to live there. So he was very fearless. And after some years that he passed away, I am looking into him upstairs, and I look inside me in him, recognizing him a lot, because also me, for love, I was going now to Thailand, So it's something that he will be always a part of me. And he was a very, not only good businessman, but a very good father. He was passed away in a dramatic way, because he was simply passed away with a heart attack on the beach in Italy in front of 300 people. And, from the beach to going, in a different place, in a sad place. So it's very, very difficult. So it's, I was putting myself into the company, and I need to say that my company was helping me a lot in getting out sadness.
Yeah.
And of course there was up and downs, but it's part of the life, so you cannot cry on yourself always. And this he was teaching me. He was he was always happy, so I always look up him. And sometimes even if I try to cry and have struggle or problems in the business or in my private life, I just look up him, because he was always a smiling person.
Right.
Yeah.
You're very vibrant is dressed, right?
Yeah.
And all this being fabulous and things, but in the way I interact with you, I can get a sense of calmness.
Yeah.
And when you share about your father, I can see that. And I also get like that daring to pursue what you love.
Yeah.
I go to Thailand, like go to Italy.
Yeah.
All of these things. As you share the story about your dad, and now I actually get to see that in you.
Yes.
And now I really want to understand how your mom is like.
Oh, my mamma mia. Mamma mia in Italian, yeah? So my mother is very, very vibrant, she was always a Italian mama, yeah? All from Milano, so super much fashion dressed. She was kicking out a lot of clients from the showroom out, especially French. So I remember she's still with us, yeah? But I remember a very nice episode from my mother, that she was dressed to just describe to the people that hear us, she was dressed with the latest collection of Dolce & Gabbana. And she was having a French customer in our showroom here in Hong Kong, and the French customer wanted to do some pictures on the new products that she was presenting, and she was so emotional that she said no, because she was having fear that somebody copy her ideas, that the French was saying, no, but I do whatever I want, I do photograph, and she say, no, that's my home, now you're out. Yeah, so everyone in the toy business know the story, because she is quite very, very vibrant, like my colors today. And so she is, and also, of course, fair, like my father was. So my father was more the calm person, and my mother was the lady, the Italian lady with a touch on design and everything. And, now my mother that have a little bit step out from the company, of course, to give me the way to grow in the company, I need to be both, because the customer was knowing my mother and my father. And so I need to be both. So I need to be the calm person like my father, and the crazy Italian style of my mother. Because, the people, when they come to buy my dolls, there are so many doll company around the world, and they want to feel the experience. So I was working in the last year on my self-branding, first of all, because self-branding is number one nowadays in the business.
Why is it important?
Yeah, because you need to give a identity to the company, and I just want to share this to all the people that listening to us and see us, that it's not, I can today be dressed in jeans or normal, yeah, but it's nothing. I don't give out the emotions of that I'm creating, So of course it's a part of being we can say a showman. I want to be a showman, yeah, in the toy business. Everyone say to me, you can be in a TV or whatever. I don't want to be in a TV because I cannot make enough money in TV. So I prefer to be in the toy, because I know that I get there basically also the money, because of course money, it's a big thing in a life, because
why is that?
Money is a big thing.
What does money give you?
Money gave me security. Yeah, money gave, and of course, money. One time I was writing this on the art. Money can't buy you friends, but it can give you a better class of enemy. Yeah, this is the truth. Yeah, because the more money that you have, the more enemies you have. And but it, of course, give you a better class of enemies. Money, yeah.
So what does enemies do to you, like for you?
Yeah,
I'm interested in the aspect of self-growth, right?
Of self-growth, yeah. Of course, I was bullied when I was a kid. I was, because I was having strong acne problems in my teenager life, and I need to put on makeup and everything. So of course I was bullied when I was a kid, and then I was finding after that a lot of enemies. I was having teachers that was jealous about me, I was finding a lot of persons that want to put stones on my road, but it was, it was difficult. But in Italy we say, I'm a fire, and if you put gasoline on the fire, grows more up. Yeah. So was just, the enemies was putting more fire on, more gasoline on the fire.
So in a way, enemies help you grow.
Yes.
So thanks for sharing about your past, like your parents and your industry that you're in, and your view about money and enemy. I see your work here.
Yes.
And how do you put all of these things? I can see some relations, right?
Absolutely.
But I'll let you share about what you do with your art.
So basically, I was coming to Thailand alone to live in Thailand in this year. And I wanted to paint because I say, okay, otherwise what I take all the day, the sun, or I get boring. So I was then starting to search around myself what is next to me, and I was finding this studio that was just doing tufting, and there was a room of splashing art. So I was saying, and basically they are there just for kids, you know, so it's just they do parties for kids inside and everything. So, and I say, no, I need to do something for myself, for making it nice, my home, first of all, because I was entering in this home. So I want to make it colorful and to be different. So I was starting to do a rack like we are now on. And then from the rack, and I say, no, I need to do something else. So I was putting the rack on the canvas, and then behind the canvas, then I was doing the splashing painting. And I was also integrating, as we see here, I was integrating some lights and some, you know, sometimes I have, I don't know, a leg coming out from the canvas, or like, so very, so integrating something. So, and from that, I was starting a little, this was my first painting with tufting. And then I was coming, for example, to here. So, you know, it is not that the art, or like, you know, as well, art is not staying only on this. So you get, you know yourself, and you evaluate things, and you get more and more knowledge on things. So I was then creating on the splashing art, I was then creating the with ChatGPT some images, you know, some Disney images, but reinterpreted in a modern way, like Cordelia de Mon drinking, and you know, the fairy of Peter Pan sniffing cocaine, you know. So just to reinterpret the Disney characters that was in my kid life, you know. And then I was doing also, after that, some fashion designers, because of course I'm Italian, and for me fashion is quite, you know, is in my blood. So I was doing Roberto Cavalli, that it's next to you, and I was doing Armani, I was doing Donatella Versace. So all in any way characters that was still in my kid's life, because I was living in Milano. So of course I was seeing those people in many occasions in Milano. And and then the next step is, that is down here, Melbourne, because I will be a speaker at the breakfast in front of 200 entrepreneurs in Melbourne. And they want to know how toys connect with art. So I'm a speaker there at the breakfast on the 2nd of March in Melbourne. So I was doing some Melbourne-related pictures with the tufting, so some Melbourne cabins, beach cabins, and so on and so on. And we will then do an auction during the breakfast and give it to charity funds in Melbourne, in Australia. So
you're going to Melbourne next.
Yes, my next is Melbourne. So, and you know, all this art that I do, I show on my events, that I reunite all my clients from all overseas, and I bring them here to Hong Kong, because to just be very, very clear, Hong Kong was losing a lot during COVID, the appeal of being a toy city.
Right.
So with art, with toys, and with events, especially in nice locations like the Rosewood Hotel, so chic venues, I try to attract again overseas clients to come here to Hong Kong, because Hong Kong really was losing this shininess. So it is difficult, because then you need to make a lot of, not advertisement, but you need to be there, you need to be there on social media to communicate. You need to bound with different people that are influent on social media, especially on LinkedIn. It's a very big platform for entrepreneurs, not only Instagram. So it is, because Instagram is more private, and LinkedIn is, I post two different things
so
on
your
those social
Instagram
media.
is more private.
Yes, even if I open
my
profile,
Instagram is super public. Like,
yeah, I'm public as well. Yeah, I'm a public boy also on Instagram. But of course, you put different content. Okay, so it is very challenging, but it's easy. You know, fairs are coming down because trade shows are coming down.
Like, you mean happening more in Hong Kong or happening less?
No, it's still happening trade shows, but believe me, like it's not more on fashion like was many years ago.
I see.
Yeah.
Well, we can go into more about Hong Kong and what it is like in a little bit.
Yeah.
I want to get in a little bit more with your art. Right?
Yes.
You share a bit about your artwork, and I can get that. Like you started doing art. Was it when you moved to Thailand?
Yes, exactly.
And how long ago was it?
It's just very fresh. 1 year. Now it's 1 year.
1 year.
Yeah, yeah.
And I can see the inspiration that you have is quite related to your childhood.
Yes.
And you own a toy company.
Yes.
I can't help myself to see this inner child spirit that is coming out.
Yeah.
Like, so what are you expressing?
Yeah.
With your art?
So I'm expressing different moments of my life, for sure. And again, I am experimenting on colors. So when I see that, I don't know, a pink goes well with a yellow, I do then in future a doll dress, you know, maybe in yellow and pink. So I experimenting basically all colors, different colors, and I put them together on the canvas, and then I see then what can marry together. And what is the most important is childhood, you know, we was all child, and we be always child inside us. Yeah. And especially me, that I'm creating toys, I will be always a toy boy in myself. So it is really, really nice sometimes what the art was giving me as a fine expression also on the toys. So it's not that my art give expression only on art, but it give me also a lot of inspiration to create more toys, better toys, and different. And I don't want to look others what they do. Before I was looking a lot what others did, but now with art I have much more capability to think more on toys. And with ChatGPT ChatGPT was helping me a lot, because many are for it or against it, but ChatGPT was helping me to do art. And then I was saying, yeah, but okay, if I give the right input, help me also to do new toys, you know. And I was doing a beautiful toy line for a very big company, a music company that I cannot say it now because they will present it soon at a special fair in Germany. But ChatGPT was helping me, especially, of course, with emails to don't send to hell some clients, but also to create art like Alice in Wonderland, dressing Gucci, and then. So I was experimenting my input that I give to ChatGPT also to experimenting input for creating new toys. This was helping me a lot, yes. So I see always a connection, you know, between art and toys. And it's very, very important sometimes to experiment new things that the technology gives to us. This is very important. And art, technology, toys, everything together can make a great success. But of course, you need to have a mind, yeah, for sure.
I can't help myself imagining myself as a kid, you know, how I try to tell a story or create relationship between toys. Like
Mm-hmm.
you're the mom, you're the dad, like now,
Yeah.
or we all go out to fight the bad guy, whatever the
Yeah.
story that is. And as you're sharing, I can see that you are an artist. Your medium is not only the Tufting,
Yeah.
the ChatGPT, the splash art, but also your toy.
Yes.
Is it would it be fair to say that you also use your toy, your work as a medium to express who you are?
Absolutely, yes. Is the first thing, yeah. And the toy for me is part of my blood. I cannot imagine my life without my company, but not because of business, yeah, because it's giving me a lot of free, happiness to see toys all over the world, because I sell all over the world, from Slovenia to Italy to France to Germany. And when I see that is coming here to Hong Kong, all my customers again back in my showroom, and they are happy that I've sold my toys, I need to say, I'm very, very honest with you. I'm not, sometimes when I see a kid playing with my toy, yes, they play. I'm not that, wow, they play with my toys. Everyone say, wow, you need to be so proud that a kid play with your toy. But I'm not into that, I'm not getting emotional. I'm more emotional to see a customer that say to me, I've sold it good, and I sold good more the expensive toy than the cheap toy, and you have your reason, and I'm more happy that the customer come to me and ask me for advice in toys, in how a new design needs to look out. So at the end is, yes, I am a Santa Claus, different dress, but I'm Santa Claus for many kids. But in any way, I look the toy in the aesthetic way, not into the emotional way. So I'm very, very serious, and I know that is quite hard to say it, but it's like that, yeah. So I see toy more in on aesthetic way, and how it's present on the shelf and everything. But of course, yes, I give happiness to the kids, but I'm not into making me wow. I'm more aesthetic.
It sounds like you look at a toy and you love, like, what's important to you is how it looks.
Yeah,
And also being influential is also important to you.
exactly.
You love that when your clients come to you for
Yes.
advice.
Yeah.
So I actually want to hear your view. So what do you think about toy art?
So toy art. So in which way you mean toy art?
So there's a category, right? The toy art,
Yes.
and is quite rising, and a lot of
With
people
fiberglass, all these statues with fiberglass.
What do you see as like the function of toy art?
So basically now it's pretty much big Kidult, because otherwise there was no Labubu, there was, all these toys getting to also for the adults. Toy art, I see a lot of toys that you can buy them and put them at home, but in any way there is too many, and also the communication done on this toy art, it's from Alibaba you can buy, on Shein you can buy, you cannot, it's not nothing that remains you forever, and it's not like a limited edition or one of a kind art piece that, for example, I have done here. It's not that I say I'm better than the toy art, but I just say toy art, it's now too much flooded the market of this. This is what is my feeling. And then they do prices, like crazy prices, but you don't know really the value in future, what can be. Yeah. So because there are many copies also already around, and yeah.
Thank you for listening this far. And if you like what we do, please like, subscribe, and leave us a comment. It will really make a difference to the artist, and it might even help us to get more funding. Thanks for sharing about like your medium, and I can hear that you not only use your painting, your tufting, you also use toy as your art medium to express who you are, to impact the world. In the conversation, it also sounds to me that being influential is very important to you.
Yes, it's true.
Yeah.
And as I was saying before, being influential with the way I dressed, the way I present myself, and I present also my company and my art through worldwide, it's very important for me because there need to be a self-branding. But as I wrap again on the other thing before, that it was quite hard to say that I'm not getting emotional to see a kid playing with a toy, is because, and I say it right now, because maybe when I was a kid and I was playing with toys and I was having a happy moment with the toys that my mother and my father was bringing me, and my mother and my father was always in Hong Kong and sometimes leave me with my grandmother and my grandfather in Italy, and I was playing the most of the time with the toys with my grandparents. My grandparents was doing a big thing against me. And after many years, I was understanding that they was not loving me. And this is very, very, very hard still for me, for understanding that I was giving them so much, not only monetary wise, but also those kids' moments that I was spending with them, I don't have a good memory. So that's why maybe also if I see a kid playing with my toy, I have this emotion inside me that I want to skip.
It's interesting that you said that, because like I can get like you had a childhood that you now when you look back, it's still not very pleasant to you, but there's a moment of that, right?
Yeah.
But in your art, I can see that childhood. I can see the inspiration. A lot of it is coming from this like past, that like the cartoon that you watch, and of course there is also money, power, influence as a topic is in it. Like you have the Monopoly boy there, there's money here, and there's Versace on the rug, and like all this Gucci fashion, the simple power. What was going on in your mind when you're creating this art?
It was going in my mind, of course, that money is a big role in the life. Money, it's not making me sometimes happy, because if you have also a lot of money, sometimes I was not happy. But again, as I was telling before, many people, even sometimes your own family, try to make you down, and colors and money, to put money on it, and maybe brands also, because I was born in Milano, so Gucci and Versace, when I was a teenager, everyone was having on the brands. But anyways, it reminds me childhood, teenager with the brands, and then money during the years, but yeah, so I want to simply express with my art in any way how beautiful is life, because I was kind of depressed the last years, and
that's when you started doing art.
Yes,
right?
yes. And I was saying to myself, okay, or I take medicine, antidepressive medicine and
Numb
whatever,
yourself.
and I drug myself with that shit, or I do something for myself. So and art was really taking my mind that was simply stressed or in a depressive moment, and was teaching to my mind to make something out of it. So better, okay, to make better things, to make colorful things. And every time when I was finishing a picture and an art piece, I was bringing it at home and I was happy, you know, and I was sitting there and look at it in my house. And I say, oh, I'm so happy, you know, even if there was maybe sometimes problem that the day, I was getting over problems, over depression by doing the art. Yeah.
So you use art to manage that moment of your life?
Yes.
And what's the outcome?
The outcome is simply amazing, because in the years that people wanted to make me hurt, okay, I was then doing this, and I was concentrating on the business, and I was more powerful, you know, and I was finding out my way to smile to life. And even if people want to make hurting you, you know, even people from their own family, because everyone have problems with the family, maybe. I hope not everyone, but some of us. I just say to them, just make things better. Just look at it in a good way, positive way. And if I was not having these problems, I was not going into art, you know. I was not making more things and more novelties into my toys. So really problems at the end that was in my life was making better other things, was opening other doors. And I thank always people that want to make me bad things in my life.
Again, that's the ongoing theme of enemy makes you grow.
Yes.
Appreciating it.
Yeah.
And when you were talking about the childhood and how old were you? Like that if I say recall that not very pleasant year, how old were you?
No, I was just now, you know, just 1 year ago.
1 year ago, like with the
3 years
depression.
ago. Yeah. I was 3 years, because I was finishing my very famous Monopoly board games in Italy. And I was,
that was a
on
game
Forbes.
that
the
you
game that
to
I
have
did.
you to be on Forbes Italy.
Exactly, on Forbes Italy.
Yeah.
I am on Forbes Italy featured because of the Monopoly board games that I was dedicating to various Italian cities. Yeah. But anyway, after that was happening this to me, like, you know, normal things that can happen, or bad things that can happen in your life. And I was struggling with myself, with what I did or what I do and why they did it to me. But I cannot, you know, you can at the end make yourself so many questions, but at the end makes you crazy if you put yourself in too many questions, okay?
Okay.
So even like we was telling before, enemies try to make you bad things. You need always to transform, like I was transforming into my weapon, that the weapon is, of course, art, because we're here talking about art, and about business, you know. And as in the art, as you see, there is everything related to money, and you were saying before, power, happiness, and party, and, you know, everything, and colors. Nah? So I try to express myself in every painting, to just show to the enemies, thank you that you was doing this to me, because otherwise I was not sitting here.
If you can go back to any point of your life in the past and give yourself an advice, when would you go back? Like how old? What advice would you give to yourself, and what age would that be?
So advice when I was, of course, a teenager. it was a not pleasant moment because I was having troubles with my skin. I was having acne and everything. So that's why maybe I'm so much aesthetic now because of this.
What would you
sorry.
What would you tell him?
What I would tell
Michael?
this young teenager, I would tell, after with the experience, of course, in the years, don't give a shit what other thinks, And this is why today I'm dressed in pink, and this is why I'm sometimes have different hair colors. So I don't give a shit what other people think, And this you can only have with passing through many waves of your life, and it's not a rebellion, I'm not, I want just to, of course, is self-branding this, is work because it's self-branding, but at the end it's also security to go on the street dressed like this.
It's security.
Yeah. Self-security. And that's what I want to say to the kid or to the teenager that was having acne problem. In any way, exists so many techniques now, so no problem, you will get rid of.
Amazing.
Yeah. So I need to say that I'm very, anyways, I have no hard feelings to no one that was bullying me, that was putting myself maybe down. I was having a tunnel in the past 3 years. I was in a very dark tunnel, and really basically art was showing me that there is light and colors in the tunnel. And, I was not having any sickness or disease. Mental sickness sometimes it's really it's a disease at the end. Depression, it's a sickness, and I was getting out of it by myself. And of course, before again, my father was going from Germany to Italy for love, and I was the same doing, I was finding now love in Thailand. And, if even the family don't want you, I have created my own family, my own future, and I don't need to say thank you to no one.
So what legacy would you like to leave to the world with your art?
So, I want to live when in future I will be maybe not more here. I hope soon, not so soon, but more later. I want to live happiness. I want to live colorful things, and also with my toys. I want that kids in any way remembers the first doll that they was playing, the first companion that they was playing, that in any way a doll or a toy give to them self-security that sometimes in the life you need to have, because a toy give to you self-security to take care, to whatever. So of course, yes, as I was saying before, I'm not emotionally if a kid play with my toy, but I want to transmit to the kid that is still playing with toy, because now everyone is on iPad, the self-security that the toy can give to you.
So,
and with art as well, with art as well. Colorful on the walls.
Happiness, color, self. There's a sense of, when you say self-security, I get is self-acceptance.
Yes.
And thanks for sharing that. And let's talk about Hong Kong.
Oh,
right?
yes. Talk about my Hong Kong.
Yeah. So like in the conversation, I can get there's a strong love that you have for Hong Kong.
Yes.
You paying back with your work, and also art. And this question that I'm going to ask is specifically for the art scene in Hong Kong. What opportunity that you see that is uniquely only found in Hong Kong?
So basically
about art.
So Hong Kong with art have for me a very strong connection, because as I was saying before, I bring here my pictures and my art pieces and I show to my international clients. Already some pictures was going to Miami, for example, flying to Miami, to many other places. And I want to give with the events that I do, and I do then options with my pictures in the events here only in Hong Kong right now, back the color, back the shininess to Hong Kong. Hong Kong is a very strategic city for business, not only for art, but as I was saying before, for the toy, because we're near to China, so it's more easy to talk to the makers, to make things. But then Hong Kong is also a very secure city, easy to travel from all the world. And it's really Hong Kong for all people that come to visit me during the toy show or the art show that I do. They are so happy. They go out after any visit of my showroom and party very happy, you know. So this is what I want to give to my customer. They don't need to buy art from me or toy. They need to just come and after close the door of everything and be happy. And this is what Hong Kong can give, because many other cities was born for showing toys, but in any way Hong Kong will never be beaten from those cities, because geographically in any way China, the factories, and also the Hong Kong streets and the Hong Kong, for example, Tsim Sha Tsui, that is a toy district, Tsim Sha Tsui, since many years. It's very easy to visit many showrooms, many for the customer. So very, very time efficient and very easy to get things immediately done.
So it sounds like what you see in Hong Kong is that first there is close to China, very
Yes.
strategic location.
Yeah.
And also there's a history of people making, and you mentioned about safety, security.
Yes. Security, yeah.
And it's true that it's like there's a lot of story that people talk about, like big city have their downside with the safety.
Yeah,
right?
with the safety, illegal parts, robbery or whatever.
So it sounds like that naturally there is a foundation to bring people, to attract people to Hong Kong.
It is, yeah, it is. And especially many, you know, Hong Kong is so secure that you can go out with any watch. If you can also, you lose sometimes a wallet, it always get back to you.
Yeah, we found it here.
You always find it back. Against other cities that, like for example, you go and they robber you something. So the Hong Kong in any way for security for the foreigners is very, very important. There's no visa issue for many countries because there's no visa issues. There is, too much political questions to say to the people to don't come. So it is very easy now for the people to come back again to Hong Kong. What during COVID again was losing Hong Kong, many people come back from the world.
And you see people coming back.
Yeah. And quality, not quantity, but quality.
Quality people.
Yes.
Right. Okay, so I can see that that's Hong Kong being a hub, drawing people in.
Yes.
Yeah. The next question I have for you is, what do you want to see happening more in Hong Kong?
What I want to see more is that Hong Kong look also around, not only in Hong Kong. So look also, for example, in the toy industry. I'll make you an example.
Focus on art, please.
Focus on art, okay. Yeah. So looking on the art, Hong Kong need to attract also foreign artists more. And to be a hub of art for, I don't know, special taxation, special events, so to attract more foreigner artists into the town. Because right now it's pretty much, Hong Kongese or Chinese artists 90% basically, kind of. But to also attract overseas
Do you mean having
artists.
them to have a residency here?
Kind of residency, but also make more events, basically.
Yeah.
Making more events and not do a copy of paste of other cities.
Right. I do get that, like their guest in this podcast saying that we should have our homebrew art fair.
Yes.
That is truly Hong Kong.
Exactly.
Right. And it's very, very logical that if we have the foundation of bringing people in, the safety, right, and the vibrancy of the city.
Absolutely.
Like it's very natural that what's next is attract talented artists here.
Yes.
Right. Great. Let's see. So is there any question that I should ask and I didn't ask?
Actually, no. We have figured out a little bit everything, the connection between toy and art, my childhood, my father, my mother, my legacy to Hong Kong, because I'm permanent resident already here since many years. And so, I love the city. I was pushing a lot the city to bring back a lot of overseas customers back to it, thanks to art, thanks to toys. And I will push always Hong Kong, because Hong Kong, it's my home Kong. I was, believing in the city always, because again, is strategic city for the world and could be a very good hub for the art scene, but of course need to be developed again, not to do a copy of paste of America fairs or whatever, to do something different to attract foreigners more, and to attract also foreign artists here in Hong Kong. This for sure.
Great. Thank you so much for being here and being a champion of Hong Kong. I found in this conversation, I get to know you more.
Yeah.
I mean, from your vibrant outlook, right? There's a sense of calm. And in the story that you tell, in the struggle or battle that you had with your, when you were a child, or when you took over the company, or even just last year battling with depression, I found a strong peace.
Yes.
With like the outcome of what however you deal with of your past.
Absolutely.
And there is a strong independency that you have.
Yes.
And I can totally see your mom and your dad in the way you describe them.
Yes.
And you are a leader. You are a leader in your industry.
Thank you so much.
And you have such courage to be out there to change people's view. Disturb their thinking.
Yes.
With the way you carry yourself.
Yes. And just with colors.
The color that you use in your art and also in your fashion.
Yes. Thank you so much, Alex. It was a very great conversation. And I think this conversation will be listened from many, not only Hong Kongese, but from many international people that listening us from all over the world, from Italy to Germany, and I'm happy to be part of this podcast, because really I was very, very open. I was an open book for you. I was an open book for the listeners. And I am not a kind of person that hide, I am a person right now that, like you said, very self-secure, of course, crazy dressing up like a bird, like a paradise bird. But of course, we need to do it for our business. But of course, art at the end give us the inner peace, more inner peace and mental health sometimes than any other possible things that we can have. So art is a very big game changer for me personally, and I try to give this to the people that listen to us and see us.
Thank you again, Michael. Thank you for being an artist who are artists are the most courageous, authentic, vulnerable people
It's true.
among walking ourselves, walking
Yes.
in our world. And thanks for being one of them.
Thank you so much to you. Thank you.
If you're an artist, collector, art professional, or government official, has a view of Hong Kong art industry or a story to tell, please go to the link in our bio, fill in the form, and we'll be happy to hear from you.